I was just out.
Yo guys, what is going on? Craig here, or CM Fitness as you see me on YouTube. And just before we start off this video, just going to say check out the description below for One Dream Athletics. I will put my code down below, which is CM Fitness, and that'll get you 15% off. Check out their Instagram, check out everything. Great clothing line. So without further ado, let's get into it. Basically, we just did a arm day workout, which is bicep tricep. To start off, as you can see here, we just started with basic pull-ups, 3 sets of 10. We just wanted to get the blood flowing into the muscles, get everything all warmed up. And I like to do my pull-ups with my legs crossed. Some people don't like legs crossed, they like legs straight just to keep the weight even, but I don't really find that much of a difference crossing your legs. But the big thing I really try to emphasize on when doing pull-ups is when I get to that 10th rep, hold it at the top for a second and then be nice and slow on that eccentric down motion. Have nice control on it just so you can basically help build the muscles and get you to be able to do more pull-ups essentially. If you can't do them, jump up, let yourself slowly go down, and you'll get used to your own body weight that way. But now we're going to jump into the first movement we did, which were a press with a dumbbell. And these ones, it was just our first exercise, so we didn't really go too hard on them. We ended up doing 3 sets of 15 reps, and I was using 60 pounds and Kyle was using 55 pounds. And the big thing with these movements is you want to be able to sit down. I like the chair with the back on it because I know if I don't have the back support, then my back will be arch funny, and I don't want to screw up my back or anything, because that'd be the worst injury to have, is a back injury or even like a shoulder rotator injury, so don't want that. But basically on this one, the big thing you want to try for is when you get to the bottom, go as deep into the movement as you can so you really feel that stretch in your triceps. And then when you're pushing up, don't let your elbows flare out. You want to keep your elbows in close to your ears basically, and that'll just help with really hitting the triceps. And just like bench press, your elbows, when you do get tired, they will flare out a little bit, but if you just keep in mind and watch that, you can override your body on wanting to flare them out by holding them in, but you might need somebody to spot by that time if it's flaring out. But that's really it for form on these ones. Here's a nice front shot so you can see keeping those elbows in. As you see here, now we ended up hitting just barbell curls, and we did 4 sets of 12 reps. I was using 50 pounds, and Kyle was using 40 pounds. I think next time me and him could both step it up. I could do 60, he could do 50. But just like I do on the pull-ups, I like to go as slow as I can on the downward movement, just on that eccentric movement, just because then it'll really, on that last rep, because we were doing the lighter weights, it wasn't burning as much as if I was to do 60 pounds and struggling as bad. So just controlling that down gave me a good burn at the end. This one is going to hit the long head of the bicep, which is going to build your size and not the peak, which is what you essentially want to get those bigger arms. But the workout we're doing, we hit long head and the peak and the short head, so we can get the peak as well. But basically these ones just hitting the long head, getting them out of the way first. But all these ones that we did from this point on, from these curls to what you'll see next, which is skull crushers, we did them as supersets. So we were supersetting bicep with a tricep movement just so we could do different muscle groups, just like what you want to do at a superset. You don't want to be using the same one that by the end you can only get 2 sets out or something. Jumping into skull crushers, and we were both doing 50 pounds. Once again, 4 sets, 12 reps. I could probably do 60 pounds next time. Seemed a little bit light for me, but like you can see here, like Kyle is, you want to, when he's at the top, his arms are not straight up and down perpendicular with his body. You want them to be brought back just a little bit, on an angle, maybe like a, not even 45, you don't even want it that big, probably just like a 75, just kick them back a little bit and bring it down just past your forehead or the bar to your forehead. And doing it this way with your arms back rather than straight up and down, it will keep the tension on the tricep the whole way through. Whereas if you keep your arms straight up and down, when you hit that top point of straight up and down, your arms aren't doing anything. You're just basically holding the weight in above you. Whereas doing it this way, your triceps will always be activated, which is what you want to be able to build bigger arms, just because the more tension you have on your triceps, the more you're going to be able to tear the muscle down, which then will result in better building of the rebuilding of the muscle fibers. And the more muscle fibers you tear, all in all, leads to bigger muscles. We are jumping into the next superset, which is reverse grip tricep extensions with a bar. And with this one, you want to look to basically grab the bar where your arms would be right at your side. You don't want to be having your elbows flared out or your elbows tucked in doing a close grip. Just grip it a nice wide neutral grip, and then when you're pressing down and you get to the bottom, hold for a second and hold that squeeze just to keep the tension on the muscle. And then when you come up, you don't, like doing here, you don't want to move your shoulders, like move it so much that you're throwing your shoulders like a kind of a straight arm pull down into it, I guess you could call it. Just make sure your elbow is your pivot point. That is probably the best tip I can give for you for this one, is don't move your shoulders, keep them where they are once you get set, and just pivot at the elbow. And that will basically use all tricep, whereas the other one, if you were to move your arms up a little bit, then you would be throwing a little bit of back and shoulder, and the weight just moving, that initial bit, kicking the weight down by moving your whole arm rather than just using your tricep, you won't be hitting the tricep as hard because the weight will be moving easier. This superset we did with the reverse grip tricep press, we did hammer curls with the rope attachment. On these ones, once again, 4 sets of 12 reps, and we were just bouncing back and forth between the two. For these ones, the biggest thing you want to do is keep your elbows at your side, and then just like you would a normal hammer curl, just bring them up with your, I guess, your thumb area of your hand. Just keep that pointing straight up. And when you get to the top, you don't want to pull the rope apart, just keep them straight up. You don't want to be twisting and doing any like supinating at the top. You just want to focus straight on peak. This one will work the peak of your bicep, which is the short head. That's pretty much all I can tell you for this one. You don't want to try and throw a lot of your back into it. As you can see near these last reps on like the final set we've got recorded, I'm leaning into it a little bit just because that's what I have to do, because I can't do it without. I got to get a little kick because the biceps are starting to get sore. And here we moved into our last superset, which were just preacher curls close grip, which will work that short head of the bicep once again. On these ones, the only thing I can say for form is make sure you keep the back of your arm, your tricep, flat against it. I see a lot of people just having pretty much their elbows on it, and that will put a lot of stress on your elbows if you're doing that. Whereas this way, your arms are nicely supported and you won't have to worry about your elbows hurting or anything. When you go down, you want to go down till your triceps are basically flexed, and that's your full range of motion. You want to bring it up all the way, and then when you come to the down, you want to go and see or feel your triceps flex, and that's the perfect full range of motion. Really, for this one, that's all it is for form. Once again, did 4 sets of this, 12 reps. This is just a front view, and you see how our elbows aren't flared out to the side with the close grip. We're keeping our arms as straight as we can. That's pretty much it for this one. We'll just watch out these last few clips, and just so everybody knows, once again, Kyle's link will be in the description down below. He is starting up a new YouTube channel soon, so for anybody watching this and that has happened, then his new link's down below. If not, just wait. In the newer videos I post, his new channel will be in that description. And now we're moving on to our final exercise, which we were just doing single arm tricep extensions. And for these ones, we were only doing 10 pounds. Our triceps were really sore at the end, but with 10 pounds, we were doing 4 sets of 15 reps. What we were doing was we were pushing it down, and when we get to the bottom, we held the squeeze for about a second. You just want to hold that squeeze enough, and by the end, your triceps will be burning, which is what you want. Once again, this is just like the reverse grip. You don't want to be throwing the weight all the way up and have your shoulders and back help you move the weight. This one, you want to basically have your hinge point, your elbow once again, and stand straight up and down with the machine. Another way you could do it is if you held your hand in front of your chest, like you would do for hammer curls sometimes, how you can do them in front of your chest rather than straight out the front, and have your arm kind of sideways. You can do that with these two, and it's the exact same thing as if you're going straight out the front. But I just like to go straight out the front. For me, it feels a little bit more comfortable. And yeah, you don't really have to have like a bend in your knees or anything like you do for straight arm pull downs for back and stuff like that. You can just stand straight up and down for these ones, which is nice. But this was the last exercise, and this, all in all, at the end, our arms were on fire and felt huge, which was nice, which is what you want. You want to get that good pump to help grow those muscles. But that's pretty much it for this video. Gonna come to a conclusion here, as this is the last little clip we got. So I'm just gonna say thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, hit that like button down below. And if you'd like to see more content from me, more commentaries like this, comment down below or give me ideas what you guys would like to see. If you want to see some vlogs again, right now it's hard for me to vlog because I don't got a lot to vlog. But other than that, thanks for watching, and hope you guys have a great day.